Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 34 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And we are in sort of a transitional period in this campaign where there's quite a few options that are open to us, and the most obvious one is to move on and take Anatolia. But I want to be saving that for a little bit later, because right now my current objectives are to make Armenia into a protectorate. I think that would be pretty fun to learn how to use that mechanic. It is something that I have alluded to many times before, and I have made it work in one of my practice campaigns, and I think it'd be kind of fun to just kind of play around with that. To do this, it's my understanding that I need to first, step one is to dominate the target militarily. Now, I just recently rewatched the video that taught me how to do this, which is by the YouTuber Count MRVHS, so I do recommend you check out his channel. He's made some Medieval 1 content, but it mostly focuses on the 4th Age mod for Rome Total War. So yeah, check out his channel. I've learned a lot from watching his stuff, and he has a very different playstyle than mine for sure. But the Protectorate video is very interesting because it's my understanding that not too many people have figured out how to use that mechanic. They sort of just chalk it up to being another mechanic in this game that's not worth using because it's a little bit too obtuse and it doesn't really work the way that people think it should. But he seems to have figured it out. I mean, I think that he looked at a guide that was written by another Total War player. So yeah, I just recently rewatched that just before recording this, so it's stuck in my head. Step 1, militarily dominate the target. So that involves killing any armies that are out in the field, laying siege to whatever settlements are left. So my idea would be to, in my head, what I'm thinking is take Fraspa and take Artaxarta, and then lay siege to Kotais. And then so step 2 or step 1, right, is to dominate them militarily, take their shit, kill their people, and lay siege to their remaining settlements. In this case, it would just be Kotais. And then step 2, what was step 2? I have it written down right here. I wrote it down. Step 1 is to acquire a large treasury. So I got to work on that. Typically, what's to be expected is to have over 100,000 in the treasury, so I have a ways to go. But my economy is okay, so I might get up there fast enough if I just don't build or train anything else, maybe. But getting a large treasury is pretty important. So that's step 1. Step 2 then is to dominate the target militarily. Then step 3 is to it's when you start to use the diplomacy. So it's waiting until the last, there's one turn left on the settlement's timer before it capitulates. And then you break the siege, you allow your diplomat to go in there and talk to them, and then you offer something that's small, just to get them to come to the table, map information, or I've seen it something else, maybe offer them a little bit of money, and just instead of offering it as a gift, offer it open-ended to see if they would return with a any offer in return, and just try to get them to come to the table. And if they come to the table, then you know that you have them, because from there you can do a counter offer, which is, hey, become a protectorate, and then offer them my entire treasury, whatever it takes, and or maybe if I don't have over 100,000 money in my bank, maybe 50,000, and then offer them Fraspa, another settlement in return. And that accomplishes my goal because it wants, I don't know, the way these settlements are kind of situated is a little bit weird, but if you look on the minimap, you see that Fraspa does complete this border, and then Artaxarta is actually not on the mountains. If you look here at the minimap, this is just the top of this settlement right here, or it's top of this province, I guess. And then it's just Kotais and Fraspa that actually do block off these mountain ranges here. So what I would do is offer them Fraspa so that they can have Fraspa and Kotais. I would keep Artaxarta, and then they would be my protectorate. And just kind of keep a buffer between me and the Scythians. Now, I do, intend to have the Scythians back under my thumb at some point, but it's just kind of a fun thing to play around with, and I like the idea of using it. Protectorates do offer tribute, so you make money off of them, and all of that money that you spend on getting that protectorate, you get right back the very next turn. So if you spend like 50,000, 100,000, 130,000, whatever the cost is, you get that right back immediately in addition to tribute, which is pretty cool, I think. I can't remember if the protectorate settlements count towards the victory objectives. I'm not entirely sure about that. But there are ways to keep protectorates from breaking the alliance with you, is my understanding. And this is something that I don't have really practiced with, so I'm kind of taking Count MRVHS on his word here. But he says that in his experience playing this game, the idea is that when protectorates make allies, the problem is that if those allies then attack you, then the protectorate will side with the attacker, the aggressor in that case. So like that AI faction that attacks you, and then they'll break up their protectorate status with you to join their allies that attacked, you in that war. However, if you attack those allies first, the protectorate will side with you as the aggressor against those other factions. So basically, it's like if you start wars first before they can start wars against you, the protectorate will stay on your side, is my understanding of how that works. And that's cool. That's really fun, I think. And additionally, it gives me ideas, even though I haven't even played Barbarian Invasion yet, it gives me ideas for how to handle those factions that can turn into hordes, because you don't want to like eliminate those factions that can turn into hordes, because then they turn into hordes. But what if you just like make them submit, you turn them into a protectorate, and then bada bing, bada boom, you have like a faction under your thumb, just kind of holding down a portion of the map. I think that's kind of cool. It kind of gives the game there's like a different way to play instead of just just rinse, wash, repeat, do the same thing over and over again. Just build armies, conquer, kill. It's just, I don't know. Like, don't you ever want to do something different? I do. So I want to play around with that. So I might not build, or I don't know. It's going to be hard to not build stuff because I like building stuff, especially when I see all these red faces. I think, oh, they need happiness buildings is what my mind goes to. So it's going to be difficult to not build stuff, but maybe that's what I do. But I do have time also. Like, it's not going to happen immediately. I have an army here that's in the process of being retrained. And then I have an army here that's being in the process of being retrained. This is just, oh, these are the peasants that have been on a long journey. They went all the way, yeah, you guys know these peasants. These guys have been around. They've made their way down from this area up here, the Tribus Alani. Yeah, these guys are they're just kind of traveling around. These mercenaries are going to be hunting down brigands down here. And then I got brigands here. I'm tempted to like go after them with this guy on his way up to fight the Armenians, or I can just leave the brigands to a mercenary force. Yeah. Like, they should be fine handling brigands. Maybe.
Mighty general.
And then here, I have kind of a scruffy force that's going to come down here and fight this Seleucid army that's in my territory. So we may as well handle that right now. We do also have Scipii as our neighbors now. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. They already are threatening me. So, like, they're sending me diplomats saying, like, hey, give us money or we will attack. So maybe I should just kill all of their diplomats. Like, yep, there we go. Yeah, so I have an agent, right? Assassin. You got 2 experience. Can you kill this guy for me, please? 24% chance. That is Scipio, right? Yeah.
Death approaches.
Yeah, kill that dude, please. Did you just die? Alright, he missed target. Alright, he missed his... He's still alive. You can try again next time. Yeah, maybe just killing these gosh darn diplomats, and maybe then they can't threaten us anymore. Yeah. There's another assassin down here. What about you?
He's a dead man.
16% chance. Please die. No, you're still around. Where'd you go? Are you... Okay, you're both in here. Alright. You guys can talk things over. You're like, alright, we just can't get this guy. He's too clever. Alright, well, we can try again. How's your influence? Okay, you're probably harder to kill than the other guy. What do you have? 5 influence, and then you have 3? Yeah, Jesus. Alright. I need some better assassins. Okay. For now, though, let's get rid of this Seleucid army. We've looked at it enough. There's some, you know, decent troops here, for sure. And this army is kind of scruffy. It's not really what I would like to send into battle, but I have it available. I do have some Pharaoh's Guards here that I can team up with, so let's actually see if I can merge first before I... And then can I do that? Yes, I can. So 3 stars, Nacti Epiphanes versus 3-star Gyrus. Do we know anything else about him? Let's see here. Ooh, +4 to your general's hit points. He's going to be tough to kill. Okay. +1 morale. Alright, yep, that's tough. And he is the faction leader. Hot damn. Alright. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this might be actually kind of a tough little battle here, but I mean, we should be fine. We do outnumber them, but yeah, there's some decent soldiers. Let's get into it.
Today is a day for brave deeds, so that our fame will be known from one end of the world to another. Wherever men admire courage, our names will be known. Now, take up the sword. Pull on your armor. We go to test our courage in the fires of battle.
Did I just now notice that the Egyptian generals just carry a dagger into battle? Dude, come on. like every guy in your unit has a spear and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna like slice fools with a dagger. Man, you can't even reach someone from a horse with that. You're just gonna scratch their scalp. Alright, well, here we are. Knowing that the other faction has chariots, we might be able to use these. There's some rocky terrain. This isn't rocks, this is like scrubbery. But there's rocks over there. Maybe we can use that. There's also rocks. Yeah, I think there's more rocks over on this side. Then again, I also have chariots, which I actually probably have more chariots than they do, so maybe staying away from the chariots is the better idea. Or maybe just line up the chariots in the center here, and then use my infantry to take the rocky sections. Maybe that's the way to go. How about this for a weird deployment? Here in Group 1 I have my Nile Spears with Slingers, and then Group 2 I have my Skirmishers with my 1 unit of Pharaoh's Guards. Look at these guys. You better be worth the 2 turns that I spent to train you. But they look pretty cool, so that has to be worth something. And then in Group 3, I have my Pharaoh's Bowmen along with some Desert Axes. And then in Group 4, I have 3 Chariot Archers and 1 regular Egyptian Chariot. And then Group 5 is going to be Nubian Cav and my General's Unit. So let's just kind of go here. Oh, alright, let's kind of go like that with the chariots to sort of screen. And let's go ahead and move my infantry up here. Ooh, actually, did we not? Ooh, okay, I don't think we grouped these guys. Let's make sure they keep their, I want to keep my spearmen together like that, and not spread apart like that. I don't want any gaps in my phalanx. That's for gosh darn sure. So let's go ahead and regroup you guys as well. Made a mistake. Alright, let's bring up archers like that. There we go. Now that I have this group sorted out and they're looking a little bit better, let's go ahead and see if we can move them on into these rocky outcrops over here. In fact, I'm thinking I want all my infantry in that direction. if the chariots want to charge us into these rocks, I think that's going to disrupt them quite a bit. That's my thinking. And then if I just kind of have my chariots hold this open ground. Yeah. Because they have the chariots on this side. So if they want to threaten my infantry, they're going to have to charge on into this. And I think they do have some Cretan archers among their ranks as well. I should have taken a closer look at that. Where are they? I'm seeing some Rhodians. So they have chariots on that side and chariots on that side. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have taken a better mental note of their capabilities. I've just spent so much time looking at this army that I just kind of like, I was like, yeah, I know what's in there. And then I get on the battlefield, I'm like, oh shit, what do they have again? That's right, I don't know. That's alright. I was wondering if I have the range. I'm still getting used to the kind of range it's on these long range archer units. It's pretty insane. So I'm wondering, like, can I reach out from the rocky outcrops and like draw the enemy into me here? Or is that asking a little bit much of my my archers? Maybe what I can do though is get a little adventurous with my chariot archers. You know? And I can just leave my Egyptian chariots like here and then just go in with my chariot archers and maybe just do a little bit of skirmishing, poking them around a little bit. I just have to watch out for any Cretans if they exist. I thought they did. I thought they were here. But those are the guys that probably would mess up my chariot archers. Okay, this looks kind of like an assault. This looks kind of like they're forming up to face me. I still have a position here in the rocky outcrops. And I could get some shots in on those chariots. I'd be okay. Wait, okay, who's shooting at me? Someone shooting at me? Are they Cretans? Yes, they are. This is freaking Cretans. All right, get back. Get back. Get back. Those things are gonna mess us up. Well, if they are not gonna leave their rocky outcrop, then I'm gonna have to leave mine because I, of course, am the attacker. So let's go ahead and poke our heads. Actually, you know what? Archers and axes stay closer behind. And yeah, chariots just like control this open area, I think. Well, actually, I don't know if they're gonna reposition. Yeah, if they're gonna reposition, move to a space where you can kind of threaten this open area. And then yeah, something I probably need to get better at some point is to take advantage of these moments when the AI is repositioning like this. It's something that they're pretty good at doing when I'm repositioning, you know, is they seem to be able to pick up on those moments and like really strike hard and strike fast when I'm vulnerable. And that's something that I'm not quite there yet, you know? I'm a little bit too methodical in those moments. Okay, now they are moving up their Cretans and their Rhodians to skirmish with me. Ooh, but they're in range. Ooh, my bowmen are in range of them. Okay, that's gonna hurt them. And if they want to send militia cavalry at my chariot archers, then let's go ahead and smush them with my guys. And let's see, they want to send their chariots at my guys here. So, I mean, we should be shooting at them. Let's shoot here and then here. And yep, our chariots smushed their militia cavalry. So let's go ahead and bring chariot archers up here. And what are they bringing out? General's bodyguard. All right. And they want to bring up peasants as well. Ooh, what's this? What's good? Peltas are coming up. All right. Well, Peltas are just going to get wrecked. And they did. All right. That's always fun. And let's go ahead and move skirmishers up here. And side the chariots. Ooh, skirmishers actually move here. And let's see, where's my... Yeah, chariot archers go into them. And... Ooh, I don't really want to sacrifice my Nubian cav, but I think I need to just to like get these guys. And let's send Egyptian chariots over as well to try to get them as well. And then you guys stop running away and show your slings into them. There we go. All right, let's get organized like that. And oh damn! All right. So you guys don't run away. Stand and fight. And chariots. All right. So there's okay. So their chariots are now taken care of. And looks like they might be getting away here. Do I have any cav that can chase? Where's my general? Yeah, my Nubian cav got wrecked, and it looks like this is going to be indecisive engagement. I do have my light infantry, which might be able to catch some of their heavy infantry. Slingers are super duper fast, so that's an option. And ooh, Peltest down here. Let's get those guys, and let's get those guys there. And then yeah, slingers are super fast, but I don't know. This might be asking a bit much from them. Yeah, my general's getting in there, and he's cutting up some mercenary hoplites, but yeah, he's not going to be able to do much here, unfortunately, against these guys. We only got 43% of them. Yeah, and my slingers, my skirmishers, they're trying, like they're getting close, but yeah, the enemy got too much of a head start on us. So that's too bad. We're going to have to continue to chase this army. But overall, I mean, there's a group of brigands that's in the direction of where this army is headed. Let's continue just so I can get rid of the last like 7 or so of these mercenary hoplites and peasants. So we did kill 412 of their guys. We lost 71 of ours. And yeah, it looks like we didn't gain any experience on our units, but as long as if they flee south, then that's the direction that I want to go anyway, because there are brigands in that direction. Which way do they flee? Where do they go? They didn't disappear. Alright, good commander for Nacti Epiphanes. Yes. Where in the gosh darn did they go? That's the brigand army that I was going to go after. I've had this happen before where I've defeated armies and they've just like run away a million miles. And not like missing. And sometimes I'm wondering, are they hiding like behind the card for the settlement? So I'm looking closely here, trying to find them. And then they're here, aren't they? They got up here. Wow, that's so bizarre. Yeah, I don't know if this is true or not, but I don't know. Is that something that the AI can do, but the human players can't? Like, do human armies flee like that? That's so far. From here to there? That's just really something, you know? So that's put me in sort of an awkward position, because I wanted this army to kind of continue down to take out this brigand army, which is actually pretty formidable. I mean, Judean zealots are no joke. And there's some archers as well. So I was going to think that they would go down there, but now I'm thinking, I mean, Antioch doesn't Antioch just has peasants. Now, luckily there is, see, that's so weird. He like fled past my fort, you know, like what? Doesn't this have a zone of control, you know, like cutting off this area? That's so weird. So what is he going to do now? Is he going to like immediately set siege to this fort? Or is he sort of like bypassing it? Like is he like kind of getting around it right now? I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't just get around it and attack Antioch. That'd be stupid. So,
Sire!
I think I have to take that threat seriously. You know? I think I have to leave these brigands.
Sire!
Is there something that I can send from here?
Sire!
Maybe. Now that I am training Nile Spearmen, and I don't need all of these Nubians down here, but Nubians can't win that battle by themselves. They need some support for sure, so that's gonna have to be the answer, I think. You know what? Yeah, let's get my faction leader some combat experience.
Mighty general.
So let's send him with,
Orders?
I would say, some Nubians. I can send him with some light infantry as well. And some, yeah, Nubian cavalry. And maybe he can even hire some mercenaries on the way as well. And yeah, he can get some combat experience dealing with those brigands. And the remaining forces in Memphis, like, we're not at war with the Scipii yet, so, like, we should still have some time remaining to get ourselves prepared for that inevitable conflict. You know what? That's looking okay. 4 Nubians, 3 archers, and 2 Nubian cav. Hopefully that's going to be sufficient to deal with those brigands. Although, man, the people are not happy. My goodness.
Mighty general.
Yeah, maybe can we put you in there? Yep, that solves that.
Orders?
But yeah, I guess they don't like being taxed that highly. Crazy, huh? So yeah, let's start to lower the tax rates. Petra, yeah, we can lower that tax rate. Sidon as well. Antioch as well. Alright, is everyone happy? Nope, Hatra needs to be... Need to have a little chat with them. And yeah, they need to go down to low taxes. Alright. Okay, okay. And... Gosh. Am I going to be able to leave Hatra? Am I going to have to stay here for a while? Culture penalty is pretty high, so I need to definitely start building some Egyptian stuff before they're okay with me. Some sewers would be nice for sure. Squalor's not bad, I suppose. But still, you would think that a place... I guess, I don't know, only 3,000 people, but still, 3,000 people need some sewers, you know? Before they need an execution square. Right? Let them know where my priorities are. I still wonder if there's anything that I can do to help the Scythians up here. And I suppose, you know, if I can't really send armies at the moment, I wonder... I got a couple pretty badass assassins here. They're getting old. Achoris the Killer, you're 58. You know? And then...
Who shall die?
Ramses Aradeos, 59. But these are some pretty good assassins. I wonder if they have it in them for one last mission. Because right here, like this Parthian, I don't know, it's going to surrender in 5 turns. But it's like 2 family members. Just getting rid of those characters gets rid of their entire bodyguard units, you know? Like, and then can that Scythian force, you know, beat the remaining Parthian force sans the bodyguard units? Possibly. Then here, that looks like it's no characters there. So it'd just be the faction leader back in Campus Sakai. How long would it take you to get up there? Longer than 5 turns, I reckon. 3, 4...
Moving to position.
Kinda want to send you guys.
Sir.
Because even if they can't get there in time,
Yes, my liege.
maybe they can just make it... Ooh, we got some brigands up here. Okay. But even if they can't get there in time to save Campus Alani, then maybe what we do is we flood Campus Alani with a bunch of spies and cause some issues. I don't think that ever spawns... That will never spawn like a loyalist rebellion, like in Shogun 1 and Medieval 1, but it just spawns like basic rebels, basically, I think, is how that works. Which is a shame. It'd be nice to spawn like a Scythian army to come back and retake it. I don't think that's how it works, though. But that's an option. It would be an option to kind of like help kind of push back the Parthians and help out the Scythians here, because I don't really want the Parthians to be my northern neighbors. I've had enough of them. And I'm so happy that the Scythians are finally starting to, you know, do something. They actually are attacking the Dacian capital. I'll take it. Yeah, I want more of that. So the fact that they're being harried in their rear territory is not something that I want to see. No, that's not making me happy at all. Okay, I'm ready to end the turn here. So let's see. All right, so hey, okay, Parthians are backing off. I like that. Perfect. I don't know why, but I like it. Spy's path blocked. Who's blocking my spy's path? No one? All right. False alarm. Faction destroyed. Macedon. All right. That's it for the Macedonians. And 18,000, so we're making almost 4,000 per turn. All right. And coming of age, Amasis Kasaros. 2. Okay, Sekemwi. What do you got? Not much. Some influence. Okay. Hey, but you are in Jerusalem, and brigands are right there. Oh, you have some Pharaoh's Guard as well. All right. Gosh, maybe you should just like train up some stuff and kill those brigands for me. I mean, you can train enough troops here in Jerusalem. You got some options here. No cav though. No cav options, unfortunately. Ooh, doubtful courage. No, -1 morale. That's not good. Droughtsman is fine. 10% discount on construction costs is useful. Okay, that makes up for doubtful courage. Reverent. This man is openly religious and respectful of the gods. +1 influence and +1 morale. All right, so that counters that. And then firm personal morality. +1 to influence, but also +1 to unrest. Interesting. +1 to law. That's interesting. So like influence and unrest. So like influence helps public order, and then unrest obviously hurts public order. So those two things counter each other out, correct? Except for influence has the added effect of also like adding to the general's bodyguard, is my understanding. And then the +1 to law counters, I mean, it also increases the public order, but it also reduces corruption, which gives you more money. So overall, this seems like a pretty good one. Trusty, yep, 100% increase the cost of bribe and +2 to law. So really good on reducing corruption is what this guy is for. Could use some more command for sure. Who else we got? Sekemwi. Where you at? You're down here in Thebes. Alright, so I can get you out of there because I don't need you down here. Nothing. Okay, nothing on your stats. Pawn of the gods. This man's life is no longer his own. The gods themselves have plans for him, although these have yet to be fully revealed. Alright, that's unfortunate. 20% decrease to cost of bribe. That's shitty. Unlucky leader. Plus, okay, what? -1 command, +2 morale. Okay, interesting. This man has the ability to inspire his followers in battle. His setbacks seem more the result of bad luck than a lack of talent. Interesting. And understanding of strategies, +1 command, but that's it's negated by this one. And devout, +1 influence, which is negated by the pawn of the gods. So like, it's a mixed bag that equals out to 0, but like, you still do get the +2 morale with him, which is actually fine. It's actually pretty good. Yeah. Trait increase. Amasas Kasaros. So it's just telling us what, yeah, we've already looked at that. Retinue expands. Foreign hostage, foreign my diplomats. Yes, it's fine. We don't need to know about the agent retinues. I think those are pretty basic. Just an increase to their influence and skill. All good stuff. Alright, yep, we got some buildings finished up. Those might be the last buildings that I build in a while. Just because, yeah, I think I want to hang on to my money for a little while. Try to build up what I got, you know? And hey, the Skippy, I didn't try to like threaten my life by trying to kill me. So he's hanging out. Interesting. So he didn't like make an attack on, maybe he couldn't attack the fort. But yeah, the fact that he's still just kind of like looking at me. I don't like the way he's looking at me. Let's get up to Antioch if we can.
No more moves, sire.
That's interesting. There's a lot of Greeks, you know, but the fact that, oh yeah, we do border them. That's right. I have to keep reminding myself that we do actually technically border the Greeks. Not here, but just here. Yeah, just this little strip of land here. Such a narrow little strip. You wonder, it's almost like, do they know? You know, do they know about that strip of land? But I would like to have, I want eyes like in this area, kind of, but I also want eyes on that area. Can't have eyes everywhere, I guess. So just kind of come back here. And that's fine for, yeah, that's okay. I wish I could have sight on this area. I want this entire path illuminated so I can see if anything's coming my direction. I want to know, you know, how long I have to prepare for it. How about these two assassins take another stab at going after these diplomats? Let's try again, shall we? 12% chance? Okay. Accept. Hey, we got him! Holy shit, dude. Wow. 12% chance. Not bad. Trade increase, cutthroat, +1 to agent skill. What does that bring you up to? 3 eyeballs? Alright. So, now this guy's gonna be tougher. He has 5 influence. But I want that diplomat. I want him out. 16% chance? No fucking way! Wow! Hey! Hey! We got ourselves a couple serious assassins here. Yeah, they had a little meeting in Antioch and they really thought about this. They were like, we gotta do better, man. The Pharaoh's not gonna be happy. +1 to agent skill. And he has a skilled courtesan. +2 to agent skill. Perfect. Yeah, not bad. All of a sudden, you guys, you know what? You do me proud. Now, unfortunately, up here, we have ourselves a brigand army, which is just blockading this pass. So these assassins have to, like, make their way around the long way to get up to Campus Alani. Yeah, they might die of old age before they get up there. But luckily, yeah, it's interesting. The Parthians kind of backed off, which is, interesting. They're still at war, right? Yeah, they're still at war with the Scythians. But they backed off. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder why. Well, I may as well send Sakemwi up to Alexandria, as long as the faction leader's not present. Alexandria does have an academy, I believe. It does? Yes, it does. So you can at least pick up some skills while you're up there. And then for you, Amastas Kasaros, I think, is there an academy here? Yeah, there is. All right, so yeah, you hang out there too. Why not? Hang out in Jerusalem and you can pick up some skills as well. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That seems like a plan to me. I think that this army just needs one more turn to retrain these. So I can't actually like fill up. It's interesting because in Shogun 1 and Medieval 1, to retrain units, even just to like give them like armor upgrades or anything else, you would have to be able to train that unit itself in that settlement. But here in Hatra, I can't actually train Nubian cavalry. I can train Desert Cav, but not Nubian Cav. But I can still retrain them in order to get them the weapon and armor upgrades, which is very interesting. So I can't fill up these units. I can't like get them back up to their normal size. But I mean, I have like a couple units here and then like a few more units here. So I can merge a few of these units and get them up to size so that this army can head out towards the Armenians in the next turn. So that's not bad. And these two armies are already, you're already on the way. You just need one more turn to train up some more stuff. And yeah, that's going to be 2 armies heading from here and then another army heading from Hatra. And that's going to be good, I think. That's going to be fine. I just need to like have some people here to watch this bridge. And that means getting a few more spearmen, I think. Just one Nile spear is probably not going to cut it. Having a handful of more guys to watch that bridge is going to be fine. But honestly, I can also just kind of handle that when it comes, you know, because for now, the Greeks are not marching down this valley, and I will see it coming. So I don't need to really like reach for that. I can kind of just wait for it until the time comes, you know? And for now, let's just keep stacking money. This turn is now all set, I think, so let's go ahead and end this one. Alright, what's happening up here? There's a lot of Greek... Okay, the Parthians coming back. They're just playing coy with the Scythians. I see how it is. And, yep, to 24,000. Feels good. We are the most advanced faction. Feels good. A new family member. P. And retinue expands. Yeah, Amastas Kasaros already has a priest of Horus, so +1 to management, +1 to law. Awesome. And yep, he already has the. This is the Diplomat. Foreign dignitary. Okay. Yep. Philippos Philometer. Biographer. +1 influence. Where are you? You're here. Okay. Yep. Influence is always good. I will take it. Absolutely. And alright, the shipwright in Bostra, and we got some more paved roads as well, so a bit more money coming in. That's nice. Especially for my goals at this point. I wonder, and I know I'm just embarrassed to even ask, but will I get money from this now? No, I won't. Okay. Just Bostra. Alright, I'll have to check what it takes to make money off of a port in Memphis. I keep forgetting. Now I can reach this army of brigands down here, so let's go ahead and try to stomp them. So, okay, this is good. Mostly peasants, just 4 peasants, 1 archer, and then 1 Bedouin archer. Okay, I can beat that for sure. I was a little worried that it'd be tougher, but you know, that's totally fine. Let's get all formed up here on this hill, and let's see where the enemy starts out. Okay, they're over there. So not too far away. Let's just maneuver my guys like this, and this. Then I have my camels on that side. I'm gonna try to use my Bedouin camels, or my Bedouin warriors, to go after their Bedouin archer. And in fact, do I just want to charge? Charging is tempting, and same thing with my Arab cavalry as well. It's tempting just to kind of start to speed up there. And infantry, yeah, you start to go a little bit faster. You guys start to go a little bit faster. They're gonna start shooting soon, so let's try to put some pressure on them. And then you guys gotta go there, there, and break them. We can get a little bit closer there.
This general is the perfect enemy.
And
Does not stand, but runs
let's
away.
see, so he wants to run away.
Point in killing him?
So yeah, we should swamp them, and then let's just gotta get him away from those peasants. And let's send the slingers in to charge. They don't need to go into melee. I mean, they don't need to throw their slings because... Yeah, let's try to get a charge here and here. And we'll sandwich on those peasants, and that should be it. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go.
Enemy cowards run!
In the battle, we did lose 23 guys.
And all
But now this army should be free to go attack the other brigand army over here. So we don't have any vision on them, do we? Oh, we do. Archers, Eastern infantry, 2 peasants, and 1 rebel general. So this is going to be a little bit of a tougher army, but it should still be beatable, I think. I think so. Alright, this army is ready to continue its march up towards Armenia. This army is ready to go, but I realized that there's no peasant unit for me to leave behind in Seleucia. And I were to imagine that Seleucia would not be okay with that. Even on low taxes, that's not going to be cool with them. And even with recruiting a peasant, that's not going to be good until... Maybe until he, like, is in... Like, he actually exists. Sometimes you can get an okay number, like an okay public order number just from taking those people from the population because it's taken immediately. So we might have to hang out here in Seleucia for a turn, 2 tops, hopefully. Unless, can I get one of you guys? What's your... You're at low. Okay, so if I take a peasant, it might,
Orders?
I might sink you. Yeah, yeah. So let's not do that. Yeah, I was thinking about bringing one over to Seleucia, but that is not going to work. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we got brigands here too, eh? Jesus. Are you guys, did you guys just pop up? I feel like you guys just popped up.
Orders?
Huh. Okay.
Orders?
Well, Teos Alexander is on his way, so he can probably... What I'm thinking is... I mean... Fraspa only needs to be attacked by, like, 1 stack. It doesn't barely, I mean, barely is anything in there, so that's not going to be an issue. That doesn't need, you know, multiple stacks to deal with. Arctic Sarta is going to be the bigger challenge. Do they have anything else other than like I know settlement-wise this is all they have, but stack-wise, do they have anything else other than this? This is, yeah, not too bad. Eastern Infantry, Heavy Spears is going to be like their heaviest infantry units. Cataphract Archers, that's pretty cool. And then basic Cataphracts. Yeah, the Heavy Spears are their chunky boys. But they don't have like a good like attacking melee unit that I'm seeing. I wonder if the Armenians have access to any. Maybe not. Maybe their only like killy units are cavalry, but I'm not sure about that.
I obey.
God damn, the both mountain passes are blocked by freaking armies. That sucks. Okay, well I found an Armenian army. Can I click on you? There we go. And Sarmatian mercenaries. That looks like a pretty badass unit. 10 attack, 10 charge, 15 defense. Yeah, they look pretty sweet. So what now? Like what, I just can't cross? This is bullshit. I mean, at least the Armenian armies should move. The reason why I went around this other pass was because with this army, with the brigands, do they just stay there? I don't know. You know, like as an agent, is my diplomat just stuck here until the Armenians decide to like do something about it?
Who shall die this day?
So yeah, I guess we just line up here.
Out of moves, sir.
Should I kill the Scipio diplomat? Very tempting. He has a lot of influence.
Who shall die this day?
What are the chances? 45% chance. Let's save Akaris the Killer for the Parthian characters to see if we can get up there in time. Yeah, having him just lose to a random Scipio diplomat would be kind of haggard. Everything is all set and taken care of, so let's keep cranking through these turns. Again, I'm just not really training anything or building anything. I'm retraining some stuff that needs to be retrained, but I am just going to try to continue to build up my my treasury until it feels like it's in a good spot. All right, what do we got? So 31,000 in the treasury. Yep, we're making some progress and profits. Okay, nice. So 6,600. Sweet. And faction announcements, new family member, T. And a marriage celebrations. Yeah, Masas Kasaros is now married. Awesome. And he has a treasurer, +2 management. Awesome. Yeah. Probably from the academy that he's hanging out in. And Salamis has the temple city. Probably going to be getting some money from that. That's probably why my income has jumped up a little bit. Pretty nice. Yeah, I'm just curious. What do we got here for trade? Total income is 4,000. Pretty nice. Trade income is 2,900. Yep. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so now we have this army we have to deal with. Yeah, this is going to kind of be tougher army. Yeah, they have 2 rebel generals in there. And then at least 3 Judean zealots and at least 2 archers. Yeah, this is tough. Tough armies around Jerusalem. Like, those Judean zealots are better than my Nubians, I reckon, you know? Should I hire some Eastern mercenaries? I don't want to spend that money. I don't really want to do that. I mean, I have Pharaoh's guards in here and another family member, so yeah, maybe it'll be fine. So let's get you out, and you, and then you. Let's pop you out there. And yep, let's go up. Let's fight these guys. So yep, 4 Judean zealots, 2 archers, 2 rebel generals. A pretty decent little army here. Yeah, this might be kind of a scrappy little fight. Well, we're fighting on the side of a mountain. And my reinforcements are, ooh, nice. They're on the, they're on the downside of the mountain. Sucks to suck. So our 3 archers are gonna heavily outrange their, oh shit, did I check? Oh shit. My allies are not controlled by me, or my reinforcements, damn, I screwed up. Oh, that sucks so much. Oh god, please don't die. Please don't die. Oh my god, how did I do that? God damn. That sucks. Alright. Rebel General. At least they're coming in my direction, so hopefully we can crunch them. And yep, got the Nubian Cav lined up, and I mean, I'm gonna really heavily outrange them with my archers, and I do outnumber them archers as well, 2 to 1. I just don't want my reinforcements just to charge to their deaths, you know? At least they have the Pharaoh's Guard, so at least, like, from a morale perspective, they should, like, you know, hang. You know, even if the AI kind of fucks up and doesn't do it right. I want to get to this edge here. Like, this is where I want to get to. Can we run and get there, or are we not going to get there in time?
Move at the double.
Why are people... Oh, my general's, like, charging the men. Okay, that's a mess. That's a mess. Alright, do we need to, like, charge these guys to stop them, or no? I just want to get on this ridge. There, alright, archers can start popping guys in the face. And let's try to... No, I don't want to do that. Alright, that should be fine, because I want to keep these guys, you know, the way they are. Maybe if I just... Can I group them separately? Like that? Perfect, that's exactly what I want. And that way I can... Yep, that's fine, that's totally fine. And now if I want to team... Yes, this is what I want. Team up and take out their general. My Nubian Cav. So he's just chasing him. Here, let's go assist. Let's go assist with my general. I'm a little worried about that, so let's try to get over there in time. And then here, can we... Alright, what's happening on this side? Shit, Nubians, get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Alright, they just broke, thank God. Alright. Jesus. Alright, so you guys come down. Because they're trying to support one of their generals down here. And did we get his guy? Okay, I guess he was just like his unit as a rebel general. So like he doesn't get alright, yeah, you come over here. And yeah, let's try to get in there. Those Pharaoh's guards are getting into the fight, so let's try to support them. Let's try to get a little charge. Actually, no, not here, because those Judean zealots are right there. And then on this side, these Nubians can get into the archers. And archers can go like that, and you guys can run. And you can run too, yeah, you don't need to let those Judean zealots catch you. That is not something you have to do. Let's kind of get back here. Oh yeah, this is my faction leader too. I forgot. Alright, let's see. I don't really want to fight.
The enemy general flees.
Yeah, there we go.
Now attack!
And yep, we're shooting those Judean zealots, and we got some Nubians creeping up on him. I think we just have to break that one. Break this guy, and we should be fine. There we go. And that battle, so we lost.
Victory lies in your grasp.
Lost 55 in total. Okay.
The enemy can do but run.
Alright, that was okay. That could have been way worse, you know, with me forgetting to have my reinforcements be under manual control. That could have been way, way worse. So, trait increased confident commander for Nakrank. Perfect. And yeah, you can just head home. Like, there's nothing else for you to kill, right? Let's drop a save. Yeah, I know there's these guys up here, but I think I'm just gonna like have this army just kind of sweep across and kill all the rebels. Yeah, I don't want to. That'd be funny just to send my peasants in. That's an idea. Do you think like 20 peasants can kill this? I don't know. I don't know.
Move out.
Okay, let's get my guys that fought as reinforcements back into Jerusalem so they can get retrained. I will at least pay for that. The Nubians, like these guys, honestly, so like my Antioch armies I don't know, it's not the greatest. And I couldn't retrain most of these units because Antioch can only train cavalry and like archers. So the spears, I would have to bring them down to Sidon, I think, to retrain them. So I'm kind of tempted to bring up my Nubians and my faction leader's army and maybe just not have them return to my Egyptian provinces. You know, because I have... I don't have any archers down here. Shoot. Well, maybe that's what I can do though, is I can just say, alright, archers go back, and then send up the Nubians, and then, the Nubian infantry and the Nubian cavalry up to Antioch, just so that there's some melee support up here. Because, yeah, the Seleucids might be starting to get a little bit aggressive towards me, and, you know, as I keep saying, I don't really want to spend money on training stuff right now.
Sire.
If I can help it, so... Yeah, let's just send these archers back on their way.
Splitting the troops.
And, gosh, do I want the Kronk? He may as well go up with the army, I suppose. Yeah, he's been in Alexandria his entire life. He can get out and stretch his legs. So yeah, you come up to... I want to double check. I'm pretty sure Sidon can retrain. Yeah, Nubian. Yep, Nubians and Nubians. Perfect. So yep, come up there, retrain your guys, and then march on Antioch. So if this army were to attack, what do we have? Levy pikes, Greek cavalry, militia cavalry, some scythe chariots, and yeah. So yeah, it's something, but it's nothing too crazy. If the other armies were to come in, though, yeah, it gets a little bit, you know, nothing too crazy, but still, just the numbers eventually can pile in because this army isn't exactly perfect.
Orders?
Now that Seleucia has this peasant unit, can I leave or no? I can. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Let's leave. Let's recruit like one more peasant, and then yeah, let's leave. So that's gonna be the full army, and let's start making our way up. Wonderful. Yeah, that looks good. That's gonna be a lot of armies moving north to pummel the Armenians, and ooh, I would like to get a spy to keep an eye on Artaxata, but I don't want to spend the money. Yeah, that's all right. I can live without it. That's fine. That's everything, all looking good. So let's drop another save and let's keep just burning those turns. Yeah, just keep coming along here. Oh, Spain, what you doing? Oh, just attacking brigands. I got excited. I was hoping they're gonna finally take that Gallic province. They haven't taken this yet, have they? No, this is owned by the Julii. God damn. Oh, Spain. Wait, is this? No, that's rebels. Okay. Yeah, I got excited. Damn, Spain. I need you to hold back the Julii. At least, maybe I should ally with the Britons. At least they're kind of, you know, they look strong. I feel like they do that a lot. I feel like they get strong. All right, path blocked. Assassin, just can't get by.
Assassin.
Actually, yeah, I can. Is that Armenian diplomat? Let's keep him around because that way I can potentially, you know, engage in diplomacy with them without having to lift any sieges in the future. So yeah, let's keep him around. And did the other assassin, did he die of old age? Did that just happen? Alright, 40,000. 40,000 in the treasury. That looks good. Largest faction, Britannia, yep. Antioch, the Seleucid Empire. Oh, yes, yes. Well, guess what? Guess what I got for you? Let's see, who wants some experience? You want some experience? Can you get him, or is it gonna like 31%? Did you get him? No? Misses target. Damn. Alright. Your turn. Oh, you can't do it? Wait. Can only one character go after... Wait. Can... What's going on here? Yeah, there you go.
He's a dead man.
Yeah, there we go. There we go, perfect. So that spy is now dead. Yeah, that assassin died up of old age. The one that was up there. That's too bad. Nocti Epiphanes is a grain merchant, so increases the rate of population growth. That's for the person that's in Antioch. Okay. Increases the rate of population growth. Is that what I want in Antioch? Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Alright, a couple more buildings that are finished. I wonder, at some point I'm going to like, you know, that'll be the last building that I've put in for a while. Alright, you missed the target. Boo. And you got the target. Trade increase. Murderer. +2 to agent skill. Awesome. So now, what are you? So now you have 7 eyeballs? 6 eyeballs? Yep. Yes.
Moving to position.
Okay, Armenian army moving towards Frapsa. That's interesting. I wonder if they know what's coming.
Forward.
Because you... Ooh, I didn't want you to... I'm not trying to get you to preempt the attack by stepping into their territory. So, let's see. This is going to be the full strength army, I think. Let me double check. Slingers. Yep, you look good. You look good. You look good. Yep. Alright, so you get up here.
Onward.
You get up there, and then you go into
Onward.
Arsakia.
Mighty
You
general.
keep making your way up,
Forward.
and then you keep making your way towards these brigands.
Onward. Out of moves, great lord.
Yeah, we should be able to attack the Armenians pretty soon here. Yeah, you're staged here. You're ready to march on to Artaxarta. And yeah, they can reach Frapsa in the next turn, so that's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, that's going to be a blitz of the Armenian territories. And yeah, I'm not going to have quite the amount of money as I would have liked to have, but I'm in no hurry, really. Like, once I take those territories, and, you know, hopefully by offering to trade back one of them to the Armenians will like help them kind of come to the table and maybe start to consider to be a protector to mine. But I have to like, if I have to chuck in, you know, like 50 or 60 grand, that should be fine too. So yeah,
Sire.
that's looking okay. We'll keep the Seleucids bottled up. The Greeks aren't making any moves, which is interesting. Maybe they're kind of focused on the Brutii at the moment. The Greeks, I think, still have at least one. No, that's Brutii now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so maybe the Greeks are just kind of focused on the Brutii. And the Scythians did leave the Dacians alone. Yeah, they didn't end up finishing them off here. Taking their capital, that's too bad. And ooh, the Britons have taken this Dacian town. Ooh, the Britons are getting aggressive. Maybe that's who I want to ally with, you know? Like, screw the Scythians and the Spanish. Like, they're just not getting it. They're not getting it done. But maybe if I start bankrolling the Britons, maybe that's the way. You know? Like, if I look at these populations, what are we looking at here? Like, what? You can't see the population? That's what's... Why? Diplomats can't find that out?
I will speak with them at once.
Tell me who lives here. Really? Diplomats can't figure that out, eh? Is that true for all diplomats? Like, I need to get a spy up there? Can you know anything? Yeah, you don't know anything about what's in there. Wow, that's... Damn. Why? Okay, that's so weird. So I can find out the population of this settlement, but not the other ones? Is it because of your influence? Is it not high enough? 4 influence there.
Yes,
He only
my
has
lord.
3, so that's not it. Huh. Yeah, I wonder what that's about. They're all standing right next to their settlements. You know, I can't get
Awaiting
any
your command.
closer. Can I? Can I get closer?
Here is to obey.
Oh shit, that's it. I just have to get like, okay, I just have to move right on it. So 17,000, so they don't need people there. Like they have plenty of people. 4,000 here, so maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe a little juice. They could use some juice. And then, yeah, maybe if I just move you like skirt.
At once.
And, okay,
Yes.
the other two did it, so like you can figure this out.
Your obedient servant.
Come on, tell me what's inside of Lovesick. Like,
Awaiting your
Come on.
command.
come on.
To hear is to obey.
God, that's so weird. That's so weird, isn't it? Like, why can't I get this one? You know?
To hear is to obey.
Huh. Yeah, it's a funny thing. All right. Well, anyway, I think that, you know, we've made some pretty good progress here, and we are ready, just about ready to attack the Armenians, and that's going to be coming up in the next episode. But you know what? That's all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Concept playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.